Alright, that breaking news at the top now at noon is that in Broward Court, state prosecutors have dropped some of the criminal charges against rapper YMW Melly. Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, was set to go to trial tomorrow on charges of witness tampering. Marissa Bag is live outside of the courthouse with the latest on this breaking news, and again, he still has that double murder trial as well, Marissa.
Absolutely, ladies, but attorneys have been gearing up for this tampering with a witness trial to begin tomorrow. Now that is effectively canceled. In this case, there's 4 different charges of witness tampering that have been dropped against YMW Melly. In an unexpected move, Broward state prosecutors dropped a tampering with a witness charge against South Florida rapper YMW Melly. The decision comes one day before the criminal trial was set to start.
Hey, yo, listen, this is one of those stories where hip-hop and the streets and the courtroom all collide. And of course, whenever that happens, 50 Cent got something to say. Because YMW Melly just caught a massive legal break, and 50 is out here saluting Melly's lawyer like he just won a championship ring. But before y'all get all excited, before y'all start saying free Melly, we gotta slow this down and walk through exactly what happened, because this case is far from over. So yesterday, prosecutors in Broward County officially dropped YMW Melly's witness tampering charges. Not delayed, not postponed, dropped. This was a whole separate case from the murder charges, and it was supposed to go to trial literally days later. And right before jury selection, the state said, nah, we're good. That alone tells you something wasn't adding up. And the moment this news hits the timeline, 50 Cent jumps in immediately. Now, if you know 50 Cent, you know one thing. He don't just praise anybody, and he definitely don't praise lawyers unless they're really doing damage. 50 goes online and basically said that lawyer is different. He knows what he's doing. He's talking about Drew Feinling. And when 50 gives a lawyer props, that's not random, because 50 himself has been in courtrooms his entire career. Bankruptcy cases, defamation cases, street cases, industry cases. So when 50 sees a prosecutor backing off charges, he knows what time it is. Now, for the people who don't know or need a refresher, YMW Melly was arrested back in 2019 and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. The victim, his own friends, YMW Sack Chaser and YMW Juvie. The prosecution claims Melly and YMW Bortland allegedly shot them in the car and tried to stage it like a drive-by. This case instantly became one of the most controversial hip-hop murder trials ever. Why? Because there's no murder weapon, heavy reliance on phone data, circumstantial evidence, and lyrics being used against him. Fast forward to 2023, the case finally goes to trial. Hung jury, mistrial, no convictions. That alone already shook the case. Now here's where it gets tricky. After that mistrial, prosecutors slapped Melly with witness tampering charges. They claim Melly was trying to influence testimony, communicating through intermediaries, pressuring an ex-girlfriend who was supposed to testify. These charges were important because if Melly got convicted on tampering, that would have been a terrible look going into the murder retrial. It would have made him look guilty before the trial even started. But guess what? The key witnesses weren't cooperating, they weren't expected to be hostile, and the evidence was shaky. So the state said, yeah, we not risking this, and they dropped everything. Now let's talk about Drew Feinling, because this is who 50 was really saluting. This ain't no random public defender. Feinling is one of the most respectable, high-profile defense attorneys in the country. He's represented major people like Donald Trump, Cardi B, Gucci Mane, DaBaby, Shaquille O'Neal, Young Thug, Dennis Rodman, Young Dolph, YFN Lucci, NBA Youngboy. I mean, he's done everybody. People with way worse eyes than Melly.
What's the $1 billion lawyer calling if somebody says, yo, I've been hit with a RICO, or yo, they say I or someone? What figure do you normally kind of throw out there that they know that's where we're at? Right?
Yeah. Man, you know I'm not going to answer that, but let me say, I love the way I set it up, right? Oh man, it was presented. I set it up too. God, it was presented beautifully.
I heard $3 million though. I heard you got $3 million for 1 month of work before.
So
New York Times put that out.
So let me say this.
What's the hourly fee at, man? I've heard Taco Pina say he's taxing them like $3,000 an hour or $2,500. I'm like, whoa. Hit him over the head, well, why don't you? I've heard top tier lawyers, we're talking about the 1,200 range and above. So if we're talking about the good guys, now if you get somebody below 1,000, you know, they could be good as well, but the top tier guys charge.
Yeah, so
So most of us are, I don't care how well you're doing, because it could start creeping into the 7 figures quickly. And so you got to really hit a number. When you do hourly, yes. I mean, our hourlies, mine's well over 2,000, you know. But it's got to be the right case. And when it's the right case, then the person that's paying that, they don't really get that it's over $2,000 an hour. They just want you to fight for their freedom.
Yeah.
But you have to let them know, like from a business standpoint, like, hey, we're going to do it hourly. Like, boom, at the end of a day, you know, it could be with associates, you just had a $27,500 day. That's why hourlies are very, very tricky. A lot of these super successful performers, man, they've been through it. They've been through transactional lawyers, entertainment lawyers. They've been in litigation. They have an incredible appreciation of good legal work. And you'd be surprised, a lot of them are like, what's the fee? Let's take care of business and let's the case. And that's the end of it.
He's also pushing for Melly to be released while awaiting retrial, reduced restrictions, stronger positioning for the defense. That's why 50 is nodding his head like, yeah, this dude different. Now listen, let me say this very clearly. YMW Melly is not free. The murder case is still active. The state is still retrying him. The retrial is reportedly set for 2027. But here's what did happen. Prosecutors lost momentum, one entire case collapsed, the defense gained leverage, and public perception shifted. That matters in court because jurors see headlines too. Even though Melly is still facing murder charges, this is a psychological L for the prosecution. Why? Because when you drop charges days before trial, it looks like weak evidence, bad strategy, or fear of embarrassment. And trust me, prosecutors hate losing publicly. This gives the defense confidence, momentum, and negotiating power. That's why the internet is buzzing. That's why fans are saying they don't really got nothing. And that's why 50 is watching closely. So yeah, man, YMW Melly caught a major break. 50 Cent is giving props where props are due. And the lawyer is clearly playing chess, not checkers. But don't get it twisted. This case is still dangerous. This retrial will be everything. And the outcome could reshape Melly's entire future. Let me know what y'all think. Is this the beginning of the end for the prosecution? Or is this just the calm before the storm? Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and keep it locked.
So the thing is, I'm a little emotional because I just found out when all of you just found out about his trial being delayed to 2026, I guess. I've been working. So I work at night, I sleep during the day. And then I'm dealing with my own personal stuff. So literally, I haven't been on my phone for real. I just seen this now, and I've been trying to call his lawyers and get an update and see what's going on. But the thing is, his female attorney is not talking to me because I told her she dropped the ball and messed up the bond hearing. And I guess because of that, they are not communicating with me. So I don't know what's going on in his case. And Jamil still has no phone calls, and he has no communication whatsoever. And I'm sure he doesn't know that I don't know what decisions they're making and things that they're doing. And at this point, I don't know.